Okay, you guys, so full transparency, I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I'm going to keep it real because I feel like someone needs to hear this. I wish that someone would have told me this a while ago, or at least help me uncover what was going on with Vette. But it wasn't too long ago that I wanted the experience, but not the work. I wanted the experience, but not the work. Let me break that down a little bit further for you guys. So, I wanted the experience of what it felt like being rich, how it felt to walk into a store and not check my bank balance before I walked into that store, because I needed to know just how much was on my bank card or my food stamp card, so I wouldn't go into the store, get in line, not have enough money, and then feel embarrassed. I wanted the experience of how it felt to go and buy my mom a house. I wanted the experience of being able to vacation, but I did not want to do the work that came behind getting that experience. You can't get an experience if you're not willing to do the work. I had to have a come to Jesus moment with myself quite a few times, because the mindset that I had was, I deserve it. I deserve it. Why can't I be in Oprah Winfrey's audience and you get a car, you get a car, you get a car? Why couldn't that be me? This is where my mind was. I felt like I deserved it, but I didn't want to do the work that came with getting those things. I didn't realize that to acquire the wealth that many of the people that I look up to, there was some work that went into building those businesses. None of it happened overnight. What they portray to us on Instagram, and you see them popping bottles and stuff in these videos and on Facebook, they portray the finished product. But again, the mindset that I had was, why are they able to do all of that and I can't? I felt in my thinking, that stinking thinking I'm going to call it, I felt like they were giving something, that it was given to them. I didn't realize the work that went behind the success. I didn't realize it. You know what? As I sit back and unpack my life, it's like, girl, where was your mind at? Like, you really were bamboozled. And I get angry sometimes, you guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If I can't see a white Jesus hanging up somewhere and me not get angry, because I feel like I just been bamboozled for far too long. So, full transparency. Full transparency. Anywho, listen, you guys. You can't get the experience without the work. It was placed on my heart to say that, and I feel like someone that's watching this video right now needs to understand that. Like, we can have a come to Jesus moment together if you need to hear that, because I can't go and hit the lottery and expect to keep that money with the mindset that I had. That money, just as quick as I got it, it's gonna be gone. Because you guys, there's a mindset about many things, and our finances is one of them that we have to change. Again, I wanted the experience, but not the work. It's the experience of making $7 an hour. then getting promoted to $10 an hour and being able to manage those things, that's going to lead me to greater pastures, to the greener pastures. You know how sometimes that grass get all yellow and stuff and all burnt up, and you got to start again, or you got to start somewhere. I want to get to the greener pastures, but I got to get through the yellow pastures first, right? I have to build my knowledge up. I have to build my mindset up. Many of us want the finished product, but we don't want to deal with having to put it together. We want to go into the Life Walmart. We want to go into a store and buy our finished life, but we don't want to help put the store, us, our life together. You get what I'm saying? I wanted all of the luxuries that I saw. I wanted the Prada bags, and they talked about the red bottom shoes, and I wanted all of that. But I didn't want to do the work that Cardi B did to get where she was. I didn't want to do the work that Oprah did to get where she was. I didn't want to do the work that Obama did to get where he was. I did not realize that there's actual work that comes into success. No success happens overnight. That's the bamboozlement, you guys. That we watch these videos and we watch these movies, and they portray these beautiful, depictions of life. But what they aren't portraying is what they did to get there, what their elevation looked like, what it looked like starting from the bottom, and then they got there. We don't see that. So in our mindset, we kind of misconstrue what elevating your life is. We think that we start at 0 and then we go to 100, and all of that happens the minute we decide to make a change in our life, or the minute we decide to try something. We think that it's going to go from 0 to 100, but no, you have to go to 0. You start from 0, then you'll get to a 0.5, and then you may, from the 0.5, sometimes you can get to the 1.5, or you go from 0.5 to just 0.7. What I'm trying to explain, and what I had to realize within my life, is that nothing that you want is going to come easy to you, and that the experience you need is going to come from the work that you're going to do. You hear it all the time. We have to pay our dues. We have to pay our dues. If you don't pay your dues as quick as you got it, it's as quick as it's going to leave you. If you don't pay your dues, if you don't do the work and you just want the experience, that is not going to end up very well for you or me. It's not. Because it's through our experience that we're able to learn and keep those blessings that come to us through the work. It took me a long time to get that, to conceptualize the meaning of paying your dues. I did not realize when I was hearing that that's an actual thing, that's something that you and me must do. So as I unpack my life, I am learning more about my weaknesses, and I'm learning more about checking myself when I feel like, why does it seem like they have it easier than I do? I have to check myself and say, you know what, Vette? It's not that they have it easier than you do. It's that they're probably doing, one, either more work than you are, or two, they've been doing it for a lot longer than you have been doing it. So I have to check myself. And I'm asking you guys to check in with yourself and find out Are you willing to do the work to get the experience? Or do you want the experience without the work? It's very, very, very easy to want something, but it's much harder to be willing to work for that something. I can go and spend $100 at the lotto, but if I haven't done the work to change my mindset about how I handle money, and I go in there and win $1 million, what's going to happen with that $1 million? If I didn't do the work and just got $1 million, it's going to be gone. It's going to be gone because I have not done the work to change my mindset about how I handle money, about how I view money. It's going to be gone. Many of us have gotten income taxes, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10,000 in income tax. Ask yourself, if I can spend an income tax check in a couple of days, a week, a month, be broke within a month, if I don't change my mindset about how I view my finances, how long is the blessing that I'm going to get through the work that I do going to last? This podcast, these videos, you guys, are about elevation. My goal is to teach one to reach one. And I must say that learning that one nugget, that through the work I do, I gain the experience and I'm able to accelerate and elevate my life. Learning that has been very beneficial for me because I stopped thinking that someone owes me. I had to stop thinking that just because I showed up at my job that I deserve a promotion, or just because I did one thing right, in my life, God is going to bless me with all of these riches. I realized there's really levels to this thing called life. There's levels to it. With each level, there's definitely a new devil. The work that we have to put into building our life includes many aspects. And, as I go through these weeks, I want to break down some of what I learned about that. It includes surrounding yourself with like-minded people. I often think about the one passage in the Bible because for me it means many things. The passage is where there are two or three, there I am. It's where God is talking about when two or three people come to congregate and they're like-minded, God is there. And for me, I can look at that passage in so many ways. In church, some of us, we've been in church and gotten that Holy Ghost, that spirit flow through you. Next thing you know, your wig flying and you're off the ground, and you come down and you're looking around like, oh, I really just did that. Where there are two or three, there God is. I also like that passage because I think about surrounding ourselves with like-minded people. If you surround yourself with people who are willing to elevate and want more in their life, you aren't going to have a choice but to do the same thing. It's like a bad apple. if you put a bad apple with some good apples, all the other apples are going to go bad as well. Now, I can look at that in a positive. If you put a good apple, and with some bad apples, maybe the bad apples are going to turn good. You get what I'm saying? When you surround yourself with like-minded people, it's either you're going to curb, as that saying goes, that means like just break down and not do anything, or you're going to want to get on their level. 9 times out of 10, you're going to get on their level, and then you get to the next level, and you find some more friends who are doing more than that, and you get to that level. And all the while you're getting the experience, you're building up your life. You have friends that are continuing to help you elevate. That's what life is about, and I'm going to talk about that in more depth, because I think many of us, we get so caught up in that. We get intimidated when we are around people who are doing better than we are. And I get it. Even as far as dating, I get that. But that's a work in progress that we have to. It's not a should. We have to. That's a work in progress, because if we don't surround ourselves with people who are doing better than we are, then we're always going to be on, the lower level. So that's it, you guys. This is short and sweet. I hope you guys like my shirt. Black and smart. Black and smart. Black and smart. Black and smart. I love you guys.
Stop saying you want it when you really don't want to work that hard to get it. Be honest. You want somebody to give it to you, don't you?